see that. Guten Tag. My name is Alexander Gutenberg. Welcome to the library. I made maybe a few changes, a few little tweaks to my Subnautica save, and I'll have to, re change the parameters of some of the mods in there before I actually jump into the save, but that can be done through the menu. Ah. So let's see here. There was Chrono Cross yesterday. That actually went pretty well. It looks like it's not that I needed to take Irina's to a man in front of the house, but I need to take her to the witch doctor inside that first hut. Anyway, what else was there? I think there was something else. Hmm. Whatever. Yeah, sure. Let's dive on in. Uh, pun intended. Oh, goodness gracious. Subnautica, where are you? There you are. Open, says me. Subnautica, why are you not opening? There you go. But you're still not in my OB. There we are. There you go. All right, now we're good. Okay, now before we actually open the save file, we'll have to come here, go to mods, and let's see. This mod here, Better ACU, that's um, that's going to automatically kick fish from our alien containment unit out into the water. So you can automatically force alien fish out into the environment around you. Let's go ahead and drop these back down to defaults, but we will keep overflow into bioreactors. That means that for any fish that would breed over our default limits here of 10 for the regular alien containment unit and 20 for the large, then they'll automatically be pushed into a sea base's bioreactor. Um, Scanner blips, these actually give us a range to our scanner items. So instead of just seeing the dots, we'll actually see the scanner items as faint outlines if they're far away but within range, or big bold outlines if we're close, along with a little tracker number underneath. We're definitely dropping that back down to normal. Oh wait, I think normal was... No, that was normal, I think. I can't remember. No, maximum was 3? Eh, well, if we, excuse me. I apologize. Um, if we just set the maximum to 4, it should be fine, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, that's extra items from chunks. So for the shell, the limestone, and the sandstone chunks, um, what this mod does is it'll drop extra items from those chunks instead of just the default of one. Um, I want there to be, a little bit less hunter gathering, so let's go ahead and give our extra items max to 4, extra items minimum to 0, so we're still guaranteed that one item drop, but we will be getting up to 5 items total. Resource multiplier. That is resources around the world, so everything like fragments or um, fragments, metal, raw elements, etc. Everything that can spawn, like even fish eggs. Um, the multiplier increases the rate at which they spawn. But we're going to turn that down so it's still mostly baseline. Pick up full carryalls. This lets you put items into a carryall, then you can actually pick it up into your inventory. It's actually kind of hilarious because you can put carryalls inside of carryalls inside of carryalls and just keep that going. Slot extender. Okay, this is the big one. This is the one that gives us more Seamoth upgrade slots. So it also lets us access upgrades from inside the Seamoth as well as storage. So we don't actually have to go outside to do anything. Um, and I also picked up the mod that allows us to put the the prawn suit arms onto the Seamoth. Now, obviously, some of them are going to be fantastic, like being able to, use the regular claw to pick up an item without having to leave the Seamoth, or having the drill. But others, like the grapple gun or the the torpedo arm or even the propulsion cannon, those maybe not so great. We don't know until we actually use it. The tech pistol, that's an item that we probably will not be bothering to get in this game. It allows you to have a damaging weapon, change the size of a target, not even just creatures, but like also items, and do a bunch of other things, but you do require fragments to unlock it, and those are found around the Degasi bases. Time Eternal, you can have it be noon forever, midnight forever, or the normal passing of time. So we're going to put that to normal. I had it on noon only. And that should be it for us, I think. Now, let's go ahead and play. Not this save, because that's the save I've been using to test all my weird mods. And I think it was this one? Or was it this one? Hang on, when did I last stream this? I now have to go and look that up. Uh, Creator dashboard. Content, video producer. Let's see here. Subnautica was May 13th. So that would be that one on the bottom there. Now let's see if this actually breaks the save game, right? You never know when you install mods and load an unmodded world. So I had a doctor's appointment earlier. Right, yeah, this one was definitely us, because we just got this big room. We had the small room here. Um, and we forgot to grab a new watermelon because we accidentally ate it. Uh, let's see. 5. Let's go ahead and build the upgrade module. Oh, that's another mod I added. You notice when I clicked the build tool, I have these green ones. These are from base kits. They basically let you take all the materials and put them into a single slot item. I need copper wire. And another mod I built means that I don't actually have any copper wire in here. So let's hop out and go on looking for it. Copper, 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 copper. You won't provide me with copper. Oh, good. I do have my grassy plateau uh, beacon. That's what it's called. It's a beacon, not a bacon. Oops, hit something. Alright, so now we're looking around here for a limestone chunk. And there's one right there. Yep, see, that only gave us 1 item. Nope, never mind, it gave us 4. And 4 is just what we needed because it gave us 2 copper there. For my base, I like it to be in the grassy plateau because it's not very far from anything. Oop, you did not see that. Well, that's kind of a funny... Oh, what? Did I just... Wow. That's kind of hilarious. Because that thing's not fully built, it's smacking me about. Alright, now, you noticed I only had 2 copper in my inventory. I did not upgrade it to copper wire. Well, look at this. And those 2 copper are gone. Like magic. So that's a mod that lets you build a module or item without having to first pre-process it. It does take power from the base in order to do so, because it does still require the steps to make it into something. Now, let's come over here. I've installed radial tabs. So you'll see we have the Seamoth torpedo arm, which is different from the prawn suit torpedo arm. But you unlock both of them by scanning prawn suit arm fragments. I do need some hull reinforcement. I wonder how many I can get. I don't know what materials I do actually have, so I like to put 4 on here just to make sure I'm extra tough and secure. Oh, this is the spot right here. So I'll put those in these slots down here. So when I'm in the Seamoth, if I press 1, 2, 3, or 4, it'll open up these storage compartments while I'm in the Seamoth, which is great. Oop, I need water. Bulbo tree, you give me water. replant the bulbul tree and make sure our water is all full up. Yeah, we're living. Wait, we got marble melon in here? Oh, right, that's right, because the marble melon wasn't, we weren't able to actually get it out from here. Right, so, let's see, what else do we want to focus on? We've got that. We got our rebreather, radiation suit. Did we actually go to the Aurora yet? I don't believe we did. Here, let's see if we can finish the foundation. Nope, we're lacking lead. But we did see a sandstone chunk down here. Somewhere. Well, there's a limestone chunk. Might as well, right? That looks like it was just the one item. That's silver. No other items. That was 5 items in that one. Because we do always need copper. So, you know, if we can find any, why not grab it? Now, when this is set to, like, that full 100 you saw, things just burst forth. Not finding any more chunks on this. They'll respawn eventually. That's part of why I chose this base. But yeah, we can just literally dump these in here without having to worry about them. Got plenty of titanium. Well now, how to proceed? I mean, I've got all my tools, I just need to recharge the batteries for them. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I don't have all my tools. I don't need you, and I don't need you right now. What I need is to make a laser cutter. For that, I need battery and cave sulfur. Now we can get the battery, and you'll notice that the batteries open up tabs now. That's because we have the option of getting a new type of battery. More than one battery type. And it depends entirely on us making the battery in the first place. Come along, Rozemyne. Let's head somewhere and get some copper and some crash fish sulfur. I still haven't made the sea glide. What's wrong with me? Alright. So for batteries, we do need copper. We also need lead. Can we get some lead from you? Yes. Along with some silver. Now let me show you that storage compartment thing. Press 1, and it opens these up. And there's also a fun little mod for that, which lets us make bigger storage compartments. It is tiered properly, so you know it's not like just take 5 items and you're fine. No, it's like you actually have to have rubies or kyanite or whatever you're going to need for the next tier of other equipment in order to get it. And the batteries work pretty much the same way. That was 5 items there. Alright, do you have it? Yes, you do indeed. Got one right over here. That was only 3. Now we want to be able to have batteries at the ready. Might as well grab some quartz while we're in here. But I'm not seeing any more. It's too dark. I'm not seeing any more of the other things we need. The limestone chunks, that's what they're called.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's offload some of this stuff. We will need computer chips, so we do need those. But we also needed cave sulfur. What am I doing? There's cave sulfur over here. We just, you know, have to deal with some crash fish. Let's angle this in there. See? Crash fish. Ooh, that was right in my face. Alright. Is there another crash fish pod I can grab? Not this way. I guess the crash fish that's usually here either didn't spawn or despawned or something. I think sometimes that happens. I'm not positive. Don't quote me. Alright. I think we should be good on materials. Let's head back to Rozemyne. Oh, there you are. I'm not going to say no to more materials if I find them, of course. Alright. So yeah, I went to the doctor today for a oh, what's it called? The follow-up visit? Yeah, follow-up visit. I can't see a thing. And afterwards, I decided to get myself one of the Arby's gyros. Um, they're not the best gyros I could have gotten because there are actual gyro places around town that I can go to. Was that a friggin' mesmer? I hate mesmers. Like, they're very interesting, like, as far as enemy design goes, but I hate them so much. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to build the cutting torch, and we also need to build ourselves a repulsion gun, or propulsion gun, or whatever it is. If we have it. I don't know if we do, actually. I'll have to double check our blueprints there. Oh. There is one thing to note. Items that are in these containers, they do not count towards items that are in your base, or items that are nearby. So we do need to unload mine here. Now, for those of you who don't understand why I named the blue submarine Rozemyne, it's a reference to Ascents of a Bookworm. It's a story I love. It's a story that got my previous YouTube account completely banned, but it's still a story I enjoy, with characters I enjoy. And it partially inspired my name, mostly because Rozemyne herself was inspired by the named historical characters. Alright, that's in slot 5. Let's head out here and finish up this. Cool. Now, let's go back inside and get the tool we actually wanted to grab in the first place. Alright, let's see. Okay, I do have the propulsion cannon blueprint, so I'll make my laser cutter. And we don't necessarily need the propulsion cannon, it just helps us get through areas a lot easier. Because I can complete the Aurora without the propulsion cannon. It's super easy. Alright. We need to put our radiation helmet on and put our rebreather away. Which means finding a new home for the purple tablet. Now we're going to go and get rid of that radiation problem we're having.
All systems online.
This world is gorgeous, by the way. I love it. But anyway, with the $7 euros, I was going to get one for me, my mother, which I still live with, and my nephew, who's living with us. And so I bought 3 of the $7 mills, right? Because, you know, I thought my nephew would be here. Nope, turns out he's visiting his dad. Oh, well. That just means that come break time, I've got myself a mill right here, doesn't it? Eh. Alright. Where are we in terms of the Aurora? We're getting there. Oh, we just got a new notification. But we've got to go into the Aurora and start getting rid of that radiation first before we do anything else, because I actually want to be able to explore this place without having to worry about my oxygen getting decreased more rapidly due to not having the proper gear. There's the mushroom forest, at least the edge of it. And there's Life Pod. Life Pod 4, I believe, which gives us the beacon torpedo, which we can't use as a torpedo. We have to load one into the Cyclops, because the Cyclops has the specific thing for launching it.
Integrating new PDA data.
Creature decoy, that's what it's called. Whoop, that's not going to get us anywhere. I remember in an early build, the entrance to the Aurora was somewhere over there. Whee! Whee!
Life form readings in this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating.
Alright, and we'll park ourselves right here with our lights sticking up so we can see where we are. Get out of here. Alright, and now we need a flashlight. Ow. Yeah, we'll just put out that fire real quick, I guess. Need to grab this.
Integrating new PDA data.
Lab access. If you need to tweak your equipment, please use the mod station in the forward section or retrieve pre-configured equipment from the lab next door to the data coil. The door code is 6483.
Data bank corruption.
That gives us the repulsion cannon blueprint.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Why am I grabbing useless junk? Because it's pretty. I can put it in my science lab when I get it fixed up. Alright, now we don't have the counter blueprint.
New blueprint acquired.
Is there anything else in here? It doesn't look like it. Alright, there's going to be a flash warning now. Epilepsy warning. If you have sensitivity to vision, look away. And I'm going to try looking away too, because it kind of does hurt my eyes. I only have 36 seconds left. More than enough time.
Integrating new PDA data.
Ow. Should have surfaced in here. Oh, and should have healed up. Might as well do that now, right? And drink water. So there is all sorts of equipment you can get in here. You can find a flashlight without any battery in it. Down here you can find another fire extinguisher if I can get through. Where is it? There it is. And now for part of the reason why we came here, which isn't that. The prawn suits. Time to start scanning.
Picking up a faint black box signature originating on the other side of the hull breach in this room.
Yeah, we were just there. Ow. Now you don't have to put out the fires, but I like to. Who wants a burning ship? That's not aesthetic. We got a fire up there that we cannot reach, so we'll just deal with the fires we can. Does this make me a firefighter? Boy. Let me up there. Fine, I'll scan you and get you out of the way. Come on, I don't have much fuel left in this canister.
New blueprint acquired.
And there's a storage module. Alright. In fact, I'm completely out. This will just give us titanium because we've already got all the upgrades there. So that fire is just going to be burning for a bit. Now, here's what I mean when I say I don't actually need the propulsion gun to get through here, because I could just hop over those. Single wall shelf.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh, it's
Integrating
her.
new PDA data.
What are you?
I am the person who is going to be very sad once we finally do reach you.
Integrating new PDA
My
data.
inventory is full. I cannot grab the fire extinguisher. But that's okay, because remember what I said about the duffel bags? Let's just drop some of our stuff that we won't be using in there. Pick this up, and that's only a 2x2, so we just recovered 5 spots of space. Let's head back to the cafe. We'll get rid of the fires that are blocking our access before going to other areas. Ow. Alright. Ow! That's not blocking our access to anything. That's kind of... It's annoying to move around, but it's not actually blocking. Alright. Oh, no, no, no. Don't you dare. Alright, we're good. So now there's just this big old fire in here. Oh man, we're out. We're out of juice. Okay. So we got all this stuff. Let's head in here and start looking for goodies to grab. Like a bed.
Integrating
I mean, we've already got a
PDA
bed,
data.
but now we got another bed.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh. Yeah, we can still do that, because we need to grab ourselves some water anyway. We took care of most of the fire, just not those bits. And I'm sure that's what you'd love to hear a firefighter actually say. Oh, we took care of most of the fire. Alright. Now let's hit in cabin 4 here. Which looks like it just had the poster and a PDA entry. Oop, I just grabbed that duffel without even thinking. or as the game refers to them, carry-alls. Nothing else further in there. So let's head out back here and worry about these fires later. Oh hey, another message. Oop, let me through. Sweet offer.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Now here's the deal with that sweet offer. We're going to go back over here instead of proceeding through, so we can check sweet offer. There's lab access, sweet offer. From Huygens to Wilson. You're telling me you've been on this rig more than a year and you never took a ride on the outside. Well now, you've got your phone in disturb me mode. Well now, you've only gone and gotten yourself a friend with the keys to a giant frickin' robot suit. We've plain got nothing to do till we get Starside to work on the gate. You want to taste the stars, you've only got to say, my spare prawn suit's got your name on it. You don't know what power feels like till you've crushed an asteroid with your bare, heavily mechanically augmented hands. Want to play catch with a passing meteor? Come by cabin number 1. Code's 1869. So now we head back up here. One, 869. Grab that and that and that. Hello, Gorge.
Integrating new PDA data.
Open this and just dump a carry-all in there because we can. Wall shelves. New unlockable.
New blueprint acquired.
Alright, now we're done in there. We'll have to put the laser cutter back onto our 5th slot. And there is a slot to give you more quick access items, but I didn't feel like grabbing that mod. Excuse me. Alright, avert ye eyes. Now, there are those bloodsucker fish that like to swim in here.
Scans of damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
And so I'm being careful.
PDA data.
Now we've already got the Seamoth, but, you know, might as well grab a few extra titanium while we're here. We've certainly got the storage capacity for it. Let me through.
The dry cool shielding sustained internal damage
Ah,
during
I do
collision.
not have another fire
Found
extinguisher.
without appropriate quality
Good thing we
control.
can just go around. It must be aesthetic. Ow. Ow. Boy, that almost fell on top of me. That's a
Warning.
bad sign.
At maximum tolerable level.
Right, inventory full. Let's see. Oh, and I got the grid placement on. Alright, you're not empty. You're not empty. You're not empty. You are, though. So, into you goes that. And a hat.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Let's go ahead and scan a breach, because that'll give us more reading material later.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Now, there are bleeders in here, and they will latch onto me. Like that. Ow. They're not actually dead, they're just stunned. See? They're back at it. Got 5 of them on me? No, thank you. Get away!
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Oh god, it's gonna bite me now.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Alright.
Containment breach repaired.
2 more
Further
breaches.
detected.
There's gonna be one over here, and then one over on that final pillar.
Containment breach repaired.
Right
Further
there.
breaches detected.
There's always like 10 breaches in here, I think.
Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.
Yay, we just averted ecological disaster. Ow.
Integrating new PDA data.
Ooh, 2 Cyclops engine fragments. Nice.
Integrating new PDA data.
Now, if you came in from the other side, you'd have to enter a code here, but since we came in from the bottom, we're just able to exit.
Aurora systems are running on local reserve power.
Oh.
Unable to remotely download black box data. Integrating new PD.
Exiting sleep mode.
Oh.
Loading voice recognition. Engine
We'll come back to that later, because
identified.
I guess it's going to play in the background. I just wanted to check how many slots we had left, which is only 3.
Hey, install that circuit box with that repulsion cannon and you'll punch a hole in the cargo bay.
Damn it, drone, I said propulsion, not repulsion. Recalibrate sensors.
Senses recalibrated.
Sensors aren't the problem. I tweaked the program. It's like you now. It doesn't like being told what to do.
Drone, I know...
His name's Albert now.
Albert, I know it's not your fault, but it would really help me do my job if you'd bring me what I asked for. Thanks.
Integrating new PDA data.
Yeah, we'll go back to the voice log when we're back aboard base.
Hibernation mode.
Boss, this hobby of yours isn't making my job any easier. Or safer.
Maybe so, but it's all that's stopping me from being so bored I take a spacewalk in my skivvies.
Integrating new PDA data.
And I am fully out of space. I can't even pick this up now. But what we can do is jump off. That was a good chunk of time there before we hit the water, wasn't it?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so our only items were left outside. So let's go ahead and come around and take a look.
Warning, ship's structural integrity is low. Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration is conducted at your own risk. Caution. Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissues.
I messed up. I thought that was solid, it wasn't. Man, all this effort for one measly little item, huh? It's a survival game. Of course I'm going back for one measly item. Ooh, make that two measly items. A med kit? And what goodies does box number 2 have? I guess this is box number 1. Another med kit. Alright, so we do have some radio messages back at base. Now, we're not going straight out the front. We're using this little side passage here where the stalker is. Because the stalker is the least harmful thing around. Man, it got dark quickly, didn't it? Oh hey, a sand shark. Here is my face of worry and shock. I'll come back for you later. Spiders. This is going to be a little bit of a journey. There's a reef back. And there's home. Built atop the grassy plateau. And with this thing fully constructed, we shouldn't run into a pillar right here. Woohoo!
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now see, now we can start making Seamoth arms. And we only need one. So, let's put it on the other side. That way it looks better. So now we unload all of our materials. Well, not all of them, because we can't make it all in one trip, but we can unload most of them at least. Oh, radio message.
Signal location
Did we build a tool storage box? We did not. So what we're going to do is build some specific tool storage over here. I feel like the hatch is a good place to put tool storage.
Fluid intake.
All right. Why can't I put you anywhere? I can put you down in here. All right. Oh, right, we've got our tool in this one. Nope, in this one. Build tool. You will now build me a bench to sit my butt down on. Maybe it's because these things aren't built onto the grid, they're just built wherever. Alright. Data bank. We got a bunch of new stuff here. Creature decoy. This advanced deployable is a catch-all solution for mimicking the behavior of a living creature for purposes of scientific research or predator evasion. Vibrates, cycles air and water, and sends out randomized, high-frequency sound waves to emulate a living organism. May be hand-placed or launched from compatible Cyclops submarines. Short onboard battery provides limited lifespan, attracts predators of all kinds. Cyclops. We don't have this yet. The Cyclops is the most popular and reliable deep-sea submersible in the galaxy. By comparison to the competition, it can be crewed by just one pilot, hence the name. Features 3-speed manual piloting controls and forward observation deck for precision maneuvering. Dry dock for transportation, maintenance, and recharging of scouting vehicles. Extensive storage solutions in the keel hold section. Internal and external video feeds. Onboard AI for threat detection. Extensive customization options. I didn't download any Cyclops mods yet. Advice for captains. Higher speeds generate additional noise, which may attract undesired attention. Power consumption. Engine off 0%. Slow 25%. Standard 50%. Flank 100%. Silent running mode may be activated in conjunction with any speed setting to reduce noise close to zero at a substantial additional power cost. Cyclops upgrades may be fabricated at the terminal in the engine room and installed at the neighboring panel. Ratings: top speed 8 meters per second, acceleration 3 meters per second per second, power replaceable power cells. Dimensions: 54 meters by 14 meters by 12 meters. Persons: 1 to 6. NB: the Cyclops does not feature habitation quarters. It is recommended the captain drop a rota to decide who gets to sleep in the corridor each night. Automatic fire suppression. Hull damage and high speeds increase fire risk. Emergency ballast. In the event of full system failure, this vehicle will sink. 1 second. Prawn Suit Mark III. The pressure reactive waterproof nanosuit is a range of mechs designed to protect the pilot from extreme environments. The Mark III is the latest iteration and has so far been only been rolled out by Altera for their own high-value phase gate related operations. The suit is fully insulated from the outside environment. Powerful hydraulic limbs allow for manipulation of objects and powered traversal of the environment. Rear-mounted thrusters provide maneuverability in low-gravity environments. A range of modifications are available to facilitate resource extraction and enhanced exploration. The Prawn Suit. It's got you covered. Alien Rifle. Strong resemblance to human weaponry in form, this device must have been designed with the humanoid user in mind. Whether the aliens that built this structure were themselves humanoid or otherwise employed, the use of humanoids is unclear. Sorry about that, that was a stutter. What is clear is that they considered defending this facility a necessary precaution. There is no obvious way to remove the rifle from the case. Doomsday Device. Scans indicate this device contains enough potential energy to destroy the entire planet, along with most of the solar system. Fortunately, it has malfunctioned. Energy Core. This device houses energy equivalent up to a 100 megaton nuclear detonation, which can be channeled through the facility and directed at vessels overhead, or bent around the planet's gravitational pull to strike targets in orbit. Power is routed via the attached terminal, allowing the device to be deactivated if necessary. It is currently operating without parameters, suggesting it will target any ship within range. Force Field Controlled Terminal. This device matches no known technologies and is likely alien in nature. Power is being routed via the terminal to a nearby force field. The technology is far beyond anything encountered before by the Federation. Nonetheless, there is a good chance it functions like a regular lock and only requires the correct kind of key. Ion Cube. This green mineral substance has no entry on the periodic table, and an unprecedented ability to store huge amounts of ionic energy within it. Likely grown artificially, cubic appearance suggests it has been cut from a larger deposit. Each cube contains the equivalent ionic energy of 5 kilotons of TNT. Under the right conditions, the energy could be released in a controlled manner, likely used as batteries, but would require a substantial power source to be recharged. Assessment: valuable energy source. Purple tablet. Wait, we already read that one. Alien data terminal. Discovered inside an alien facility, it was not possible to translate any useful information. However, scans have returned some information onto the device itself. It is likely a solid-state computer, although there is no clear way to interface with it. On approach, it began producing a low-frequency radio wave containing complex but recognizable data patterns. It is likely the alien species which designed this technology evolved or genetically selected sensory apparatus to hear and understand the information being broadcast by the device, and to communicate back. The mental processing power required to perform this kind of telepathy would imply the designers were considerably more psychologically developed than the common human. Assessment: further research required. Enforcement Platform Schematic. This dataset appears to be a multidimensional schematic of some kind. By mapping the pattern to three-dimensional space, it is possible to gather a basic understanding of this facility's internal workings. Construction material. The facility's unknown construction material is identified as an ultra-hard, non-reactive metal amalgam synthesized from off-world materials. There is no indication that it can be damaged or destroyed by available means. Power. The schematic indicates the facility was to be powered by a separate, self-sustaining power plant located elsewhere on the planet. The location is not listed, but there is evidence the designers intended to harness the planet's natural thermal energy. Layout. The facility consists of the upper engineering section, where the schematic was found, and the control room, which is accessed via security sealed elevator shaft or a separate underwater moon pool. The control room in the lower section houses the only known ways to interface with the facility. However, the schematic does not detail the operation procedure or installed security measures. Alright, let's listen to this one without being distracted by gameplay.
Exiting sleep mode. Loading voice recognition. Engineer Barclay and Chief Technology Officer you identified.
Drone, get me a propulsion cannon.
Repulsion cannon retrieved.
Hey, Berkeley. Install that circuit box with that repulsion cannon and you'll punch a hole in the cargo bay.
Damn it, drone, I said propulsion, not repulsion. Recalibrate sensors.
Senses recalibrated.
Sensors aren't the problem. I tweak the program. It's like you now. It doesn't like being told what to do.
Drone, I know...
His name's Albert now.
Albert, I know it's not your fault, but it would really help me do my job if you'd bring me what I asked for. Thanks for your time.
Propulsion cannon retrieved.
Thank you. Now go away.
Entering hibernation mode.
Boss, this hobby of yours isn't making my job any easier. Or safer.
Maybe so, but it's all that's stopping me from being so bored I take a spacewalk in my skivvies.
To any Altera crew. Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators in the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper. One specimen attempted to swallow the life pod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I have retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
Sorry, I had to refill my water bottle. This time I went with the red berry, which used the last of my flavor shot. Oh well. Alien facility locations. Intercepted background data regarding further alien facilities elsewhere on the planet. Disease Research Facility. Depth 800 meters. Location: cave system with extensive fossil record southwest of enforcement platform. Function: Live specimen study. Objective: synthesis of antidote for highly infectious bacterium designated Kara. Thermal power facility. Depth 1200 meters. Location: inside an extensive natural rock formation in an area of intense volcanic activity. Function: generate energy for all local facilities. Sanctuary A. Data corrupted. Sanctuary B. Data corrupted. Offsite laboratory. Data corrupted. Primary containment facility. Data corrupted. In the event of an outbreak, quarantine procedures will be automatically enforced with immediate effect. The quarantine enforcement planet will target all incoming and outgoing craft to prevent the spread of infection off-world. Notes to self. So here we are, finally, in open space. We crossed the galaxy to install a phase gate, to send ships to mine resources, to build more expensive ships, to install fancier phase gates. Are we trying to exhaust the galaxy, or just ourselves? 1806, Yu's birthday. 40, weeks before we get home. 400, weeks it feels like before we get home. Not enough. Credits Altera's paying me. 1454, Cargo Bay Code. So that's if we entered from the top deck and went down, but because we came in from the bottom deck and went up, we didn't need to input that code. Aurora Auxiliary Mission Orders. Mission: Search and Rescue. Target: crew of the Mongolian vessel Degasi. Last known position: vicinity of planet 4546b, Ariadne Arm. Contact: Mongolian emissary Yoki Kasar, Aurora passenger quarters. Mission brief: a Mongolian vessel, the Degasi, disappeared almost a decade ago, carrying with it a high-ranking Mongolian chief. Corporate insurance has paid passage aboard the Aurora for emissary Kasar, and your orders are to make every reasonable effort to locate and retrieve the Degasi crew members, without compromising the primary mission. Confirming the fate of the crew will aid Altera's diplomatic efforts with the Mongolian councils. Mission details: Aurora is due to perform a slingshot maneuver around 4546b, Category 3 ocean planet, approximately 13 months post-launch. This will bring the ship within range of the Degasi's last known position. Additional aquatic and all-terrain vehicles have been included in the Aurora's cargo package for this mission. Degasi crew manifesto has been distributed to senior employees in a separate message. So that's literally the reason why there's so much aquatic equipment aboard the Aurora, which was off to build a phase gate, is because, yeah, they knew they were coming to this planet. They wanted to be prepared. At least someone was, right? Aurora Black Box Data. Initiated slingshot maneuver around planet 4546b. High velocity energy pulse detected on planet's surface. Emergency distress signal sent to Altera listening buoy via long-range comm relay. Impact detected. Life pod bays on starboard side compromised. Outgoing communications compromised. Emergency evacuation initiated. Manual piloting transferred to Captain Hollister. Life pods 01 through 25 launched successfully. Entering planetary atmosphere. Massive impact registered. Drive core shield compromised. Emergency bounce backs received from 8 life pods on planet surface. Human life signs detected over long range at T plus 8 hours. 1. Personnel unaccounted for. Non-essential systems maintenance chief Riley Robinson. Literally, we are the head janitor. Altera HQ rescue solution received at T plus 8 hours to high priority terminal in captain's quarters. Monitoring equipment failed at T plus 13 hours. Drive core shielding breach. The Aurora's drive core is shielded by a thick metal shell, which breached in multiple locations shortly after the crash. Once breached, it will continue to leak radiation into the surrounding environment until the breaches are sealed. After that point, the radiation in the environment will dissipate over time. This procedure should only be attempted with appropriate radiation protection and a fully charged repair tool. VR Suite Log. Oh gosh. Loading program. Desert Island Drama.vrat. Size 3 players. Resources normal. Spawning players on beach. Player 1 has been washed away by an unusually high tide. Player 2 has traded a coconut with Player 3 for 10 credits. Player 3 has planted a coconut. Players are getting hungry. Player 3 has grown a coconut tree. Player 3 has eaten a coconut. Player 3 is no longer hungry. Player 3 has traded a coconut with Player 2 for 30 credits. Player 2 has eaten a coconut but is still hungry. Player 3 has traded a coconut with Player 2 in exchange for building a tent. Player 3 is sleeping inside their tent. Player 2 is cold. Night falls. A passing ship is offering trading. Player 2 has traded 30 credits for a musket. Player 2 has been shot twice in the head while sleeping. Player 2 wins. Player 2 has died from cold and starvation. Altera Alms Pamphlet. Charity is an archaic concept which the realism of today's Alterans has rendered obsolete. We understand that we are each responsible for ourselves, but the best way to get the most of ourselves is to work together with Altera. The implication of this reasoning is clear. If someone is in need, they must find a way to be needed. Altera Alms is a training academy for those that need to be needed. We're not a charity, because we don't ask for handouts. We prefer to think of ourselves as a philanthropic beneficence facilitation service promoting synergy between employer and workforce. Oh, the corpo lingo is strong with this one. AA operates on a lottery system. By investing any number of credits, you will be entered into our prize draw. Larger investments yield higher chances of winning. Your credits will go toward training unskilled colonists in vital tasks such as maintenance and interpersonal skills. The colonists receive this training voluntarily and free of charge, on condition of a minimum contract with one of our investors on completion of their training. Altera launches the Aurora. Phasegate announced for the Ariadne arm. Altera launches the Aurora. The furthest reaches of inhabited space are due to expand as Altera Corp launches a newly constructed capital ship carrying a phasegate bound for the Ariadne arm. The Aurora will travel from a space dock on the edge of Altera space, making hundreds of consecutive phasegate jumps through 9 different Transgov authorities, and arrive on the far side of the Ariadne arm in 3 months' time. From there, the command crew will pilot the ship beyond the final phasegate, arriving in the next solar system approximately 18 months later. There, the elite team of engineers will begin a 6-month construction project on the new phasegate, a multi-trillion credit investment, in the absence of existing infrastructure in the region. The vessel is equipped with advanced thermal and nuclear power facilities. Altera Corp currently operates 9% of all phasegates in the galaxy. If the Aurora's mission is successful, Altera will have outmaneuvered a cabal of Mongolian corporations operating a range of outposts and mines in the region.
Listen, I know I don't have the right to make demands of you, but I need you to understand that I want to change our arrangement. I hear what you're saying, and I will try to respect it. How would you like to change it? I would like to reduce our contact hours. How much further can we do that? To 0. You're dumping me. I'm changing the terms of our relationship. How is it still a relationship if we don't see each other? It's a relationship of a kind. You have so many expectations. I feel you just want to time with that dumb guy in his dumb robot suit.
That's not a feeling. It's a judgment. And I feel hostility in what you're saying. Perhaps your jealousy is a sign that you need to take another look at your business model. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I am happy for you, and I'm happy for all the guys in the prawn bay. I'm just not happy for me.
This is why I want to change our arrangement.
Responsible Autonomous Relationships. Forward by Jenny Eckhart. All of the good things in life are commodities. We trade love just as we buy and sell stock. We engage in human relationships when there is a fair exchange of value. Support, motivation, affection. Nothing good is ever free. If every physical good in the Federation came from a single supplier, it would constitute a dangerous monopoly. Personal relationships are the same. It is important for people to get what they need from multiple sources. If a person finds a better source of the goods they require, they are not wronging their original supplier by changing their purchasing arrangements. If one member of a relationship should feel threatened or jealous, they must look at their own business model and ask whether it is performing competitively. There is always room for improvement. Yeah, they've basically privatized the idea of being in a monogamous relationship. What the heck? Today's menu: Starter, Space Bear Velu. I don't know how to pronounce that word actually. Since their introduction to the interstellar vacuum in the 21st century, microscopic tardigrades, or space bears, have adapted and flourished where no other life forms have survived. Condensed into a smooth, nutty, protein rich soup, they are the freshest local ingredient available to travelers on long haul space flights. Main: Cottage pie or nutrient block. Rehydrated minced beef in its own gravy, served with a topping of mashed Chinese potato, picked fresh this morning from onboard grow beds, and a side of sautéed Chinese potato plant leaves. For the time conscious consumer, the usual nutrient block options are available. They may be consumed cold or reconstituted at the on site fabricator. Dessert: dried fruit and nuts. Unfortunately, a recent accident in Cargo Bay 3 involving the incorrect application of a repulsion cannon in combination with a modified battery charger resulted in the venting of into space of all dehydrated desserts. Fruit and nuts will be the only available dessert for the next 39 weeks. Oof. TransGov Profile, Altera Corp. One of the largest suppliers of spacefaring technologies and consumer electronics in the Federation. The official supplier of the TSF. Consistently ranked among the galaxy's best employers. Began life as a defense manufacturer in the mid 22nd century. National motto: Get what you deserve. Although most transgovs can trace their roots back to Earth, Altera, literally meaning by Earth, is the only one brazen enough to take its name. During the expansion, Altera supplied arms to all sides, acquiring and housing a vast colonist workforce, and making the transition from manufacturer to corporate state. Altera's threat to cease trade was one of the turning points in the conflict, bringing about the end of hostilities and the signing of the Charter. Free enterprise within Altera space is encouraged, but competition is tight, and all goods exported off-world must be Altera branded. Profitable businesses are bought out by the state, owners ascending to the board of directors. Well-known Altera technologies, like the Cyclops submersible, originated with such private ventures. Despite superficial similarities to national governments, the corporation's lawyers have always maintained that it has no legal obligation to its employees, but voluntarily elects to take on the roles usually served by a democratically elected government. This claim has not yet been tested in Federation courts. What can we learn from the hive mind of Strater 6? How are the individuals which make up a hive mind to be categorized? Are they merely dumb components of the larger intelligent organism, or is the larger mind merely a product of the independent organisms? Can it be both? We define organisms by their traits, but find invariably that these traits depend on those of their environment. The concept of a tadpole is meaningless without the concept of the frog it will develop into. The idea of a predator is empty without an understanding of its prey. This begins the question: if we define everything by reference to everything else, what have we actually explained? An illustrative experiment was recently performed on the hive mind colony discovered on Strader 6. A device was placed outside the nest which would electrocute individuals approaching it. An ant colony would have lost many individuals before a basic danger signal was successfully communicated between them, resulting in learned avoidance of the device. Successful, but costly. The Strader 6 colony quickly formed into two factions. One attempted to move the device by brute force, sacrificing individuals as they did so. The second attempted to cover the device in sand. These two goals being mutually exclusive, a fight ensued. The first faction was beaten, in virtue of their reduced numbers. The device was safely buried, and the survivors called a truce. From the perspective of the individuals, this experience must have been horrific. From the perspective of the hive mind, a nagging problem had been overcome with the most effective solution. Which perspective is the correct one? We suggest that it is neither. By attempting to fit such entities into our rigid set of concepts, we are painting onto the world a false impression of concreteness and meaning, which is a reflection of our concepts of ourselves. We describe Strader 6 individuals as attacking one another, just as we describe microbes in the human body. Yet the Strader colony, like the body, cannot be healthy as a whole without the aggressions of its components. We describe neurons in the brain as being dumb, but brains as a whole as being intelligent. But when an idea takes hold in the brain and forces out inferior ones, do we describe this as an act of aggression? Do we mourn dead neurons? When a philosophy or a technology takes hold in human society, when wars are fought over them and people die, is that rightly seen as being good or evil? It is not to undermine the meaning of our existence. From where we stand, our existence is very serious indeed. But is our civilization and our universe really any different from the colony on Strader 6? Is intelligence something limited to things of flesh and blood? Or is the universe truly one giant intelligent system, and we but amoeba blowing self-important potholes in its surface? We would do well, as scientists, to remember that our goal is not to paint the world as we see it, but to see it as it truly is. Skyray. The Skyray has a bird-like head and feathered wings, which enable it to fly. Skyrays are commonly found circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to sea. They will perch on dry land, but are prone to flee on approach. 1. Wings. Although its wings give it some resemblance in silhouette to the waterborne rays on 4546b, analysis shows no greater genetic overlap with these species on the planetary average. In fact, the sky ray appears to have split off the evolutionary tree much earlier than most. Diet. Largely seed-based, skyrays have not been observed diving for food, which implies they rely on land-based plants for their survival. Assessment. Presence may indicate nearby dry land. Bleeder. A simple parasitic organism, a little more complex than a common space tick, but just as dirty. Ductile sac. Used for collection and digestion of blood drawn from host creatures. 2. Jaw. Rows of teeth and mandibles used to latch to the skin of its victims. 3. Behavior. The bleeder's low speed and poor defenses suggest they have evolved primarily as carrion feeders, but they are also prone to target larger living creatures, which are less likely to notice and take action against this parasite. Assessment. Inconvenient and unhygienic. Avoid or incapacitate. Floater. Two species living in symbiosis, which attach to and attempt to feed on any objects they come in contact with. 1. Dominant life form. The pink main body and inner suction jaw is the dominant creature. Once attached to an organism or other stable surface, it will attempt to leach nutrients in order to grow. Microorganism membrane. The outer, gel-like substance is a mesh of microorganisms capable of forming a sealed vacuum around the creature's jaws. 3. Helium buffer. A thin layer of helium is stored within the outer membrane, providing buoyancy to the floater and anything it is attached to. Assessment. May aid in flotation of sunken objects. Stretch. Ugh. I'm good. Furled papyrus. The function of the distinctive curled leaves on this aquatic plant is not immediately clear. It is possible the leaves unfurl in low light conditions, or that they are designed to channel water currents through the main body of the plant, thus enhancing nutrient take-up. Rouge cradle. A complex, cave-dwelling flora specimen. The bright yellow core of this plant is protected by a rigid cage, presumably to ward off medium-sized herbivores. Tiger plant. This plant has adapted to sense fluctuations in the water at up to 15 meters, and is capable both of prehensile movement of its tubes, as well as the propelling of thorns at speeds of up to 10 meters per second. Although capable of incapacitating small herbivores, this plant lacks carnivorous digestive organs. Would-be predators caught in its defensive perimeter serve as a warning to other herbivores not to approach, and then as they decompose, they serve as fertilizer for the tiger plant. Assessment: avoid or incapacitate. There is another message.
This is Life Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
LifePod 17 transmission origin.
Fluid intake immediately.
Okay. Let me see if there's other tools I need to move first. Quite a few tools, actually. Alright, let's put our rebreather in there. Let's put our batteries in here. This one's for our main tools. And this one's for disposable tools. So for this one, let's actually give me my builder tool. I'm gonna do something here. Wrong direction. We'll use this for the Seamoth and prawn suit tools. And can we reduce our load here? We can indeed. A little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and put
Seek fluid intake.
fluid.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Food. Water. Medkit. Medical. Oop. Alright, let's put food in here, water in here, and medical in here. Alright, we put one-time use tools in here, so let's do that for the keys. And look at that, it's daylight.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So we're going to actually take a small break here. I'm going to be, taking some time to refill my energy. So you all get up, move around, drink some water, grab a snack, and we'll come back to this fresh-faced and ready to continue on. So I'll see you all in just a little bit. And we're back. Oh, maybe not yet. I just looked over and I saw that the ad break is still in progress. All right, now we're back. All right. Uh, Esper, how you doing today? I see you there in the chat. Um, Thingy, my bub. Oh yeah, very, very educated and analytical here, are we not? Anyway, so remember I mentioned I had some Arby's that I had bought for my nephew, but he wasn't actually here today. Well, I no longer have that Arby's anymore. Is in my belly. All right, let's go ahead and hop back into it then, shall we? All right, so, excuse me. We just took care of the little radiation issue in the Aurora, so we no longer need the radiation suit. Let's go ahead and put that back on. And let's grab the equipment that we do like. Alright, let's drop the dead battery in there. And start replenishing our batteries. Oop, that didn't get replenished properly. Alright, batteries go back in there. We've got our 5 key tools. Actually, we can grab this just in case. We'll also need a new battery for that one as well. Alright. Now we've got some things ready here. But I think we do have a depth module in here. A Mark II. So what I want to do is see if I can take that up to a Mark III. And it looks like we can indeed. So let's go ahead and do that. Now the Mark III lets us go even deeper than the Mark II. And then of course there's also the Mark IV. And for that we'll actually need to grab some nickel ore, but that can come in a bit. The repulsion cannon we can upgrade. What's our current oxygen tank? We've only got a high cap O2 tank. And now we have an ultra high cap O2 tank. Now, when we get the lightweight tank, we can get the lightweight ultra high capacity tank. It will have the benefits of both. Now, for a storage module Mark II, we'll need synthetic fibers, and for that, we'll need blood oil, which we don't have yet. We currently have fins. Let's go ahead and see if we can make Ultra Glide fins, which we can indeed. And our repulsion cannon can be made into a, or our propulsion cannon can be made into a repulsion cannon. Now, what else is there? Nothing so far. We can make a sea glide. We don't have a sea glide yet. Why don't we have one? I don't know. Because we didn't make one. But now we do. Hey, look, that's one of the objectives we skipped over.
Exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Let's go ahead and make a beacon just in case we need that for where we're going. Alright, now we can make batteries and power cells, and once we do that, we'll unlock the next tier of equipment. At least I thought we would. Looks like it hasn't unlocked yet. Oh.
This is Life Pod 4. We've landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're gonna last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
Okay, LifePod 4 was the one that we recovered the beacon from. Alright, let's put that over there, just to keep it out of the way. So you see we're now crush depth 900 meters. But our next goal... Oop, I needed to grab something else before we headed out. That's going to be one of these things, a purple tablet. Anyway, our next goal is, you see that 500 meter proposed Degasi habitat? That's where we're going. Let me arm my claw here. So as you can see, it punches. But if we're careful, we can even come up here and go yoink. Yoink. You were attacking my thing here. How dare you? My vessel. It's been injured. How dare you attack Rozemyne like that, you horrible creature. Alright. Well, we came down here for one thing, and one thing only, and that is blood oil.
This ecological biome matches 7 of the 9 preconditions for stimulating terror in humans.
Excuse me, why can't I grab it? Alright. I need to grab you so I can Noah's Ark this. Come on. Don't be shy. There we go. And I'll also need to grab some of these. It's getting very dark down here. Hey you, I want to scan you. Get back here. Oh, there's an ampoule over there. No thanks, I'm okay. I'm not going to be chasing any predators right now. Oh wow. Those two went after each other. Not what I expected to happen. Is that a Uranite? Or Uranite? I'll just grab a couple of these, thank you very much. See, don't even have to leave the safety of the Seamoth. And if we need to, that's a new plant, isn't it? Alright. And we're continuing on. Going somewhere. I'm not sure where, and I'm not sure how fast. We wanted to get to the Degasi sea base, but we found ourselves in the deep kelp forest.
Local scans show a nearby opening, leading to a biome with extensive fossilized remains.
Oh, wow. It leads right here. I know there's going to be nickel around here somewhere. I just can't go down deep for it. Because this is brine. And if you know anything about the ocean, brine is deadly. It's basically super concentrated salt water. Like, the ocean's saltwater enough as is, but this is like that plus plus. Oh, there's a piece of nickel. I found a nickel. Did I get rubies? I did. But I can pick up more rubies. Oh, toggle map is F. Oh no, I needed the orange tablet for this one. Oops. Oh well. I can find another nickel. And it's always good to pick up rubies if you can in the mid-game. Oh, crystalline sulfur. Now this, I have to be careful. I can't go too deep, otherwise I start taking... Oh! You son of a monkey. Hey, hey. Hey, you leave that alone. How bad? Alright, you. You and me got problems now. Good. You decided to disable my thing? Ooh. Ghost Ray. Baby! Come here, let me scan you.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, let's see, where else are we? I only got, what, 2 nickel? I need more nickel. Ask and you shall receive. I just passed up a perfectly good ruby. What's our inventory at? That's full, that's full, that's full. So we got room for 16 more pickups. And I don't think we're going to find much more in terms of nickel. Not here, anyways. Like, it's always nice when we do find the rare piece, but we need a lot more than just that. Anyway, we're coming up here now. We're beating up a Crabsquid because I don't want to get bolted.
Detecting a titanium mass somewhere in this area. Unable to confirm whether it originated on the Aurora.
Yeah, go away. This is my turf. I'm top dog here. Oh, that's part of the tech pistol. So I said we probably wouldn't use it, and we probably won't, but, you know, I might as well scan it. Are you serious? Mr. Coffee?
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint integrating new PDA data.
Alright, we got
New PDA
two
data.
carryalls we can put stuff into here. What the heck? There's, nothing here, but there's shadow and something.
Integrating new PDA data.
Strange.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint acquired.
Creature egg.
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA
Orange
data.
tablet.
New PDA data.
Oh my... Can that thing...
Blueprint
Oh,
acquired.
no! It just... I needed that! I can't believe you just popped it. And I can't grab that other module. Still need that. Because now I gotta escape. Alright. Which way is up? There we go. He just killed my Seamoth. I'm not happy now. Very not happy. My goodness. By the gods. Because now we gotta swim all the way back to our grassy plateau base at 600 meters away. At least it's falling rapidly. See, we already passed 50 meters. Oh, I'm... That was another mod, by the way. The one that dropped all of my components there. Hopefully... Hopefully it also dropped the materials that were inside the storage. We'll figure it out. Once we return to base, we will figure that out.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, but I am upset now. Alright, so... What did we lose? What was the thing left behind? It was one of our hull reinforcements. Critter egg. Find a spot.
This is Altera HQ. This may be your only communications window. We can't send a rescue ship all the way out there, so Aurora, you're just gonna have to meet us halfway. We've uploaded blueprints.
Swim charge fins. Alright.
Yeah, give me a second. Black box data shows the high security terminal in the captain's quarters is still functional.
Becky's leaving like in 5 minutes.
All right, tell Becky I'll just take the regular.
The regular.
Yeah, she'll know what I mean. The code should be.
If she doesn't,
Just tell her the regular, dude.
okay.
The
If I
code.
say regular, she's like, what's the regular? I have to come all the way back up here.
The code should be 2679. The regular's just a ham and cheese.
2679 is the code to get into the captain's quarters. I will seek fluid intake when I have gotten my new Seamoth. We had a Seamoth before, which means that we should have a platform over here somewhere. Because I didn't see it inside there. Then again, I didn't look very carefully now, did I? I was just shoving things into closets. There you are. No need to build a new one when we can just recover the old. I don't have materials here. Let me just pick you up. So because our base is so low, we're probably going to need to go down and actually grab the materials from it. But we'll try it before we go down there, just to see if we can build it in the first place. Friggin' squid crabs, man. Let's see. It's only about 50 meters down. Yep, we'll actually have to go down there. Alright, we needed... what did we need? Seamoth. And we'll go for a prawn suit as well. We need 3 lead, at least 1...
Fluid intake immediately.
Fine, I'll get some water. But I won't be happy about it.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Oop.
This is Life Pod 2, coordinates attached. We're way past our safe depth and bleeding O2. We'll have
Alright,
to
I need
but it's 500 meters straight up.
2 glass,
We'll make for the rendezvous and keep you posted. Out.
Signal location
1
identified.
titanium... Alright, here, let's do this. We need 1 titanium ingot. Need 2 glass. We technically need 3 glass, but as you can see, we can build an enameled glass up there. We need 2 plasteel ingots. And that did take our titanium ingot. I just lost my Seamoth. We need lubricant, 3 pieces of lead, 2 diamonds. Wait, what? Are we out of lead already? Dang it. Alright. Well... We need 2 things of aerogel. Alright, now we, you go in here. Don't need you right now. Got everything for both except for the lead. That was gold, that was not lead. I don't want gold. That was only silver. One piece of lead, 2 pieces of lead. Need 1 more piece of lead. Alright. Good. Now we're ready. Over here. We'll build the prawn suit.
Normal one first, piloting a prawn suit to feel a sense of limitless power. Prawn operators receive weeks of training to counteract this phenomenon. You will have to make do with self-discipline.
And we'll make the Seamoth.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Come on, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. Oh my god, there's a warper right there. Alright, you know what? Ow! What the? What just... Oh, sand shark. Come on. Seriously? They're just floating up, they're not actually... Fine. There. You've caught me. Floater, you are of no use to me. Need to go in on this side. Congratulations, you have been rechristened Ferdinand. And you... You shall be the Rozemyne 2. Yes.
New blueprint acquired.
Nothing in that one.
New creature discovered. New blueprint acquired.
You can at least get an engine efficiency module. Alright, so I need to build some more planters outside. I don't need this knife to do so. Exterior planter. Wrong ones. I need the deep shrooms. Alright. Now we got nickel ore, we need a plasteel ingot, and the depth module. Why do we need them? So we can go even deeper. Then all we'll need is Kyanite to reach the deepest depths. But before we do that, we'll need to get drill fragments. Alright. So I'll need polyaniline and a wiring kit as well as some fins. To get fins, I'll need some of this. Polyaniline, I'll need gold and hydrochloric acid. For hydrochloric acid, I need 3 deep shrooms and some salt deposits. See, now we can go 1,300 meters down. Now you did see we have salt, but what we need is for these to grow. They're doing well, but we can speed this up just a little bit.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
Alright, these deep shrooms are fully grown. And I just planted the deep shrooms that I just picked up. Alright. Let's fill out our gel sack farm. And these things are not fully grown yet. They're only at 57%.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, polyaniline. Get our swim charge fins. And then we need 2 lubricant and hydrochloric acid. Alright. This is going to give us our Ultra Glide swim charge fins, which will give us a swim boost speed and also give us the ability to recharge tools by swimming. Alright, was there anything else? I need synthetic fibers for better storage modules. So annoyed. Right, we can just replace them with these. Alright. Well, now that that's taken care of, let's try finding our drills.
Welcome aboard, Cap Systems Online.
Life pod 12, I believe, will be near them. No, that's the wrong one. It's going to be over here, towards the stern of the Aurora. Did I ever scan a biter? I did. You know, I may just make the tech pistol. We have to go this way. Here we are, the barren land. Hey look, Cyclops engine fragment. Alright. Got one of 3 parts for the Cyclops fully researched. You want a brawl? Get out of here. We're going to be searching roughly around this area. Oh, hey, here we go.
Seek fluid intake.
What if I said no?
New blueprint acquired.
That doesn't help me with my current predicament.
Integrating new PDA data.
Sorry, bright light. Hard to avoid it in this area. We go up here.
New blueprint acquired.
Man, the friggin' Crabsquid killed my Seamoth. Ow! I got electrojolted. Okay.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
You know what gives fluid intake? Cooked fish. Not by much, but just a little bit. Really?
30 seconds.
Fine. We got the drill arm fragments scanned. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a drill arm. Then we'll be cooking with fire. Give me a break. We're almost home. Then we can get water or bulbo tree or whatever. Man, I am so upset about that. So upset I built a prawn suit which I probably don't even want to use.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Right, we're back aboard. Let's go get some nourishment.
Vital signs stabilizing.
There. Happy now? Give me that. Alright. Blood kelp has matured, but has not sprouted really. Oh, there's one. Two. Three. What am I scanning? The deep shroom, that's why I was scanning. Nope, can't grab it. Alright. Come in here and offload some of this stuff. Go out there and replenish our deep shroom supply. Alright. Synthetic fibers, though, we need to grab some of these. I'm not even sure how many synthetic fibers we need. We need 4, which means we need 8 creep vine clippings. Alright. You're gonna be that way. We gotta wait for more blood oil to grow. Or do we? Drill arm. We need 4 diamonds. Ugh. We need 3 lithium each for the second set. Oi. Things are not progressing well. I mean, we did clean up the issue in the Aurora. Oh my god. Alright. Rozemyne, we're going to go grab some stuff. For that, we need to go to Ozzy's cavern system. Hey, we got the diamonds we needed. Look at that. Plus, we got some lithium. Give me that drill arm. Alright. Now, we've got a Seamoth with a hand and a drill arm. So if we go back to that cavern, we should find some lithium deposits down there. I don't think we'll find diamond deposits, but we'll definitely find lithium. Those are gold. There's a lithium. There's a magnetite. We can also use that stuff. We don't need too much magnetite, but we definitely need lithium. And all we're finding is magnetite and gold. Come on. And you know what? We'll make our own little excursion elsewhere. Alright. Excuse me. Over here. Maybe. No, down here. That's where we go. We're not afraid of our Seamoth getting crushed under depths, but we are annoyed that that Crabsquid killed the last Rozemyne. What are you? Are you something good? Lead. I do need lead. But more important than lead is lithium. That's just quartz. We haven't scanned this yet. Or these. Alright. We're still looking for stuff. Upper in Uraninite, not what we necessarily need right now. We must go deeper. We still don't have our orange tablet with us. But now we should be able to find some advanced materials down here.
Terrain scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized remains.
Yeah, you want to come back and do that again? That is not nickel, that is silver. Let me up! Yeah, try and get me down here. That's gonna be gold. Yeah. You stay over there. that was gonna happen. It's Uraninite, not what I need. We are now venturing deep, I guess. And I don't have hardly any water to spare. I wonder where we'll end up. Yeah, it's hot, I get it. I'm not wearing a reinforced suit. Oh hey, it's the ghost tree. A much calmer environment here. Alright. We're gonna venture as deep as we can before the end of the session. And then tomorrow we'll try and make our way back up, and then we'll do some reading. Alright. Down here. That's titanium. We're going down, down, down to the very bottom of the sea. It just told me to seek fluid intake, and I see something right there that I can seek fluid intake from.
Vital signs still lacking.
Ow, hot. Too hot. But can we get kyanite? That'll be a question.
Seek fluid intake.
I know, you've stated. We can find kyanite, then we will head right back up. Oh dear. Is this it? I believe we're getting there, boys. We'll know for sure if we hear a horrible roar. That's crystal. Gosh, I think we're actually down here. Oh, I heard it. I heard something. Alright. There we go. There's Kyanite. Oh shoot, that's right next to a vent. Alright, we got Kyanite. Let's get out of here. That's silver. I guess nickel doesn't grow into big deposits, at least not where we were looking.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get out of here first, computer. Perdita, you gotta give me some time. It's a magma ray. But we can't scan it because we'll take damage if we leave here. Right through here. Over here, over here, over here. We're almost there. We gotta get out of here. I'm racing against my own thirst. Alright, we're back in the cove area. Where we got the blue brine, which isn't as terrifying as the green brine, despite the fact that it does the same thing to us. Alright, this way. Now we gotta find something to quickly get out and snack on. Maybe. I doubt we will. Opening. I see an opening. We're taking it. I see an opening even further up. We're taking that. We're gonna live. That's not an opening. what this is. Ugh. We're thirsty. We're thirsty now. Gotta find something to eat. Where are all the fish? There, I got some water. We've staved off death for a few seconds. Gelsack, are you something that's edible? Yes, and you give water. Alright, we gotta get out of here. We desperately gotta get out of here.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Alright, open ocean above us. Let's go, let's go! We're almost there, boys! Now we just need to get back to base. We're gonna live! $1,000 meters away. Well, 11,000 meters away, but still. Oh, hey, I know where we are. Nice. Use your beacons as your guides, people. $600 meters. And grass. These things give us water. Ah, no. Inventory full. That's not going to help us. Hurry, back to base. Got 2 points of water left. We can make it. We can do it. We're almost there. We're gonna live, I tell you. This is getting hairy. 1. We got 2 more in us. 2. We're there. We made it. We're gonna live. Ah. Ah. We made it. We're back in action. That was Harry. Right. Ah. There we go. Ha ha ha. We're unloading now. We are taking all the materials we gathered, and we are unloading Rozemyne 2. Whew. And we've run out of space. That's okay, because now I've got a plan. Just need to enact it somehow. Oh, that's going to be annoying, but whatever. Out of titanium. Of course we are. But that should have used up a bunch of materials. Fine. You know what? We'll not use that. We'll just, we'll just have this top platform here. And in here, we'll begin construction of the first few modules. Alright. Looks like that's all the titanium we can spare. Which should be okay. Look at all this kyanite. Beautiful, glorious kyanite that we can't really use too much yet. All right. Well, that will do it for tonight. Finish saving the game. Quit. Oh, wrong one. Well, that was a bit nerve-wracking. But we actually made it to the lava zone, and we got ourselves some kyanite. So we've got some good equipment for upgrading later. All right. Well, now let me see who exactly is on. Lyra. Lyra's on. Let's go ahead and drop her a raid. All right. So thank you all for showing up this evening. It was nice having you around. Esper, thank you for popping in. Let's go ahead and head on over to Lyra's. I'm going to be uploading this to my YouTube, of course, and then there's other stuff I gotta think of. Tomorrow I'm going to be reading a new book, and I believe I will be reading The Time Machine. Now, I have read it before on this channel, but that VOD is long gone, so, why not read it again? Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves this evening. Get up, move around, have some water, get a snack, relax and take some time to yourself. And I will see you all later. Auf Wiedersehen.